like you're trying to get me arrested, a phrase no one wants to say, especially when you believe you're doing nothing wrong. This was the reality for DJE Media during an encounter that raises critical questions about our rights as citizens, the powers of the police, and the laws governing our public and private spaces. The encounter kicks off with a dispute over flying a drone near an English heritage property. Let's establish the legal groundwork here.
Which is what they've told me as well. So.
It's not breaking the law flying over national trust.
Listen, you're not doing it today, okay? Because
I am doing it today.
No, you're not, because what I'm going to do is, if you don't listen to what we're going to say, I'm going to deal with you for offensive harassment, which they've all said, and that will be getting seized. So you're not doing it. I've given you an opportunity now to go home and go on your way. Otherwise, your equipment gets seized and you get arrested for not flying that over there.
If I do that, it's lawful.
It's not.
I'm not going to be here.
I've just shown you the policy. You're not listening. You're causing an issue.
Because I'm allowed to do that. And had the ladies not kept coming out, I would be gone by now. No, gone ages ago.
But you're still here, and we got called nearly 2 hours ago.
Yeah, I'm still here because you haven't seen it. But they kept coming out and going, "Oh, why are you flying? You can't fly. We're calling the police. Why would you not just email in future?"
If you have been flying over there, and you're not allowed to do that, then potentially I'll be taking the equipment.
The core of the initial conflict is whether DJE Media is legally allowed to fly his drone over the historic site. The staff and later the police suggest it's against the law, citing their own policies and the CAA drone code. So what does the law actually say? In the UK, the airspace is not owned by the landowner below. The Civil Aviation Authority, or CAA, regulates the skies. This means that while an organisation like English Heritage or the National Trust can prohibit you from taking off or landing on their private property, they generally cannot stop you from flying over it if you've launched from a public area. DJE Media was flying a sub 250 gram drone.
Where did I try and come to? But you're lying. You're literally lying.
I don't want it.
The ticket office is down there, and I walked to the ticket office where you were standing.
Yeah. So before you went into the ticket office,
Yep.
you were standing outside.
Yeah, and you saw the drone, and you said, "No drones."
No. I first said to you, "Do you have a ticket?" And
Yep.
you said no.
Correct.
I said, "Are you a member?" And you said no.
Correct.
And you said to me, "I just want to go and get a coffee."
Correct.
And I said to you,
You can't go in there without a ticket.
precisely.
Yep.
That's what I said.
I didn't try and go in without a ticket.
Well, you did.
I was inquiring.
You wanted to go and buy a coffee without a ticket because I said I was going to buy a ticket.
But I didn't know that, did I?
No, but I explained it to you. I said it's a
But
site.
before that, I didn't know it.
I said,
This is a crucial detail. According to the CAA's drone code, drones under 250G have fewer restrictions. They can be flown closer to people and buildings than heavier drones, and there are no minimum distance requirements from people as long as you are not flying over a large crowd. The police officer's mention of a 150-meter distance from a tourist attraction applies to heavier drones, not the one being used. The police officer states, UK CCA Drone Code 2024 says you can't go over a National Trust building. This is a misinterpretation. The Drone Code advises that local bylaws can restrict flights, and the National Trust does have bylaws preventing takeoff and landing on their land. However, a Freedom of Information request has even forced the National Trust to admit they cannot legally stop flights over their land from an external launch point. English Heritage has a similar policy. They don't permit takeoff or landing from their sites, but acknowledge they can't control the airspace above.
We've looked at, my supervisor's basically gone into all the legislation. And like they were saying, the UK CCA Drone Code 2024 says you can't go over a National Trust building.
It doesn't say that.
Royal Mail, Peckham Crescent, have you got a result?
It says the National Trust bylaws can restrict drone flights, but this isn't National Trust anyway.
Yeah, this is part of the National Trust. So. Which is what they've told me as well. So.
It's not breaking the law flying over national trust.
Listen, you're not doing it today, okay? Because
I am doing it today.
No, you're not, because what I'm going to do is, if you don't listen to what we're going to say, I'm going to deal with you for offensive harassment, which they've all said, and that will be getting seized. So
if you want to do that,
it's up to you what you want to do.
I'm going to go to the end, which I agreed with them.
You're not doing it. I've given you an opportunity now to go home and go on your way. Otherwise, your equipment gets seized and you get arrested for harassment.
Harassment has to be 2 more occasions of unwanted contact.
Listen, yeah, but they've given you 2 hours. You've been here. They've given you multiple occasions.
I've been stood there flying. I haven't gone in there talking to nobody.
Okay, listen.
They came to me.
All right.
If you are on public land, you can generally fly your drone over private property, including National Trust and English Heritage sites, as long as you adhere to the CAA drone code for your specific drone class. The landowner's policy is not the same as the law. The situation quickly escalates from a debate about drones to a conflict over filming. The staff express distress, with one person reportedly in tears over being recorded and potentially appearing on social media. This brings up another vital area of UK law: your right to film in public. Generally, in the UK, you are legally permitted to film or take photographs in a public place without needing consent. This is because there is a low expectation of privacy when you are in a public space. DJE Media is on a public path, and the staff, by engaging with him in that public area, are in plain view. However, the issue becomes more complex. The staff are in their workplace, a privately owned but publicly accessible site.
And that thing's in there.
They've said,
Yeah.
we'd rather you go, etc. I've said to them, I've only got a photo to do, just a photo. Take me 3 minutes, 2 minutes, right? I'll go out.
I think we've got a car.
I'll go.
Let's go over this way.
I'll go out onto the main road, completely out of your view. Go really high, take it, and I'm gone. There's no issue, right, with that. I'm literally going to be 2 minutes.
My eyes, there is.
No, but I'm not even going to be over there.
It's not about where you are, it's about where that crazy...
No, like, it's...
Even so, when they come out to a public footpath to speak with someone, the legal standing for filming remains strong. One officer mentions a staff member's personal safety concerns if her image is shared online. This is a valid human concern, but it doesn't automatically make the act of filming illegal. The key legal test is whether a person has a reasonable expectation of privacy. While filming someone in their home would be a clear breach, filming a staff member during a professional interaction on a public-facing boundary is unlikely to meet that threshold legally. You have the right to film in public spaces, and this includes filming people, including police and staff who engage with you there. While it's good practice to be considerate, especially if someone is distressed, you are not legally obligated to stop filming or delete footage simply because someone asks you to. This is where the stakes get higher. The police, faced with distressed staff, threatened DJE Media with arrest for harassment and the seizure of his equipment under Section 19 of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act, PACE. Let's unpack this. What legally constitutes harassment? Under the Protection from Harassment Act 1997, harassment is defined as a course of conduct, meaning it must happen on at least 2 occasions, which causes another person alarm or distress. The police and staff argue that DJE Media's continued presence and filming over a 2-hour period constitutes this course of conduct.
Necessarily about the drone, okay? What it is that one of the ladies over there has got something that's happened to her in her personal life.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not going to explain to you. That
Yeah,
she's
of course.
explained to me.
Yeah.
That could cause her a danger if she's on social media. She's not on any social media on herself.
Yeah.
And she's now very worried that this is going to go on social media.
I can get rid of the name, badges, faces, can't I? So it's...
But how
I know
do
there's
we
no trust, but...
How do we know you can do that? Do you know what I mean? So by you putting that video on there could compromise her safety for the reason why she's not on social media in the first place.
However, for the behaviour to be legally considered harassment, it must be oppressive and unacceptable, crossing a line from simply annoying to genuinely alarming. DJE Media's defence is that he remained on a public path and the staff repeatedly came out to confront him. His video, he claims, would show that he did not initiate the repeated contacts that could form a course of conduct. The police officer's threat is potent. I'm going to deal with you for offensive harassment, and that will be getting seized. This leads us to the power of seizure. Section 19 of PACE allows an officer who is lawfully on any premises, which includes a public path, to seize anything they have reasonable grounds for believing is evidence in relation to an offence they are investigating. Here, the alleged offence is harassment. The police argue they can seize the camera and drone as they contain the evidence of that alleged harassment. This is a powerful tool. Even if the arrest is later deemed unlawful, the immediate consequence is the loss of your equipment.
So I've done that much National Trust, not English Heritage, National Trust sites, and I've made that many videos on them where staff have come out and tried to stop me flying, that now National Trust have admitted publicly they can't restrict people outside flying over. And now when I go to National Trust, 9 times out of 10, they're like, oh yeah, carry on mate.
I get that.
I'm trying to do that.
Why would you...
The officer's statement, I can put a crime report on and we can seize your equipment to look into the videos and see whether you are harassing, perfectly summarises this power. They don't need to have proven the crime, only have an allegation and reasonable grounds to believe the equipment holds evidence. Be aware that an allegation of harassment, which requires a course of conduct causing alarm or distress, can be used by police as grounds to seize your filming equipment as evidence under Section 19 of PACE. Documenting your interactions calmly and clearly, showing who initiates contact, can be your best defence.
She's upsetting people.
But in your job, you could enjoy putting bad people behind bars, but you may also enjoy helping people. And if I said, well, it's either one or the other, probably both for you, if you were to be honest with yourself, right? For me, I love the flying the drone around these beautiful places. Went to Thames Water earlier. It's not that kind of place. That was more boring for me. That was more just purely turning up, get the objection, get the education, which there was. Security said no. His manager came out and said, he can do it, it's fine. Security guard educated.
Where was that? The sewage plant?
One of them. The drone flight, quite boring. Yeah, it's quite boring.
Yeah.
Here, I actually enjoy flying these places because they're beautiful.
Nice place.
And when I edit it and I put music on it and blur it all together, it's beautiful and I'm proud of that. But I can't only do that. I believe in the rights we have to take photos, film with a drone.
In the end, the situation de-escalates. DJE Media, while maintaining his legal right to fly over the property, compromises by agreeing to take his final photo from a different position, outside the property's boundary line, to appease the distressed staff. This encounter is a masterclass in the grey areas where public rights, private policies, and police powers intersect. This case wasn't just about a drone, it was about a citizen testing the boundaries of the law, staff trying to enforce their employer's policy, and police caught in the middle, attempting to keep the peace. By understanding the legal principles at play, you can better protect yourself, assert your rights respectfully, and navigate these complex situations with confidence. What are your thoughts on this encounter? Do you think the police acted appropriately? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into your rights and the law. Stay informed and stay safe.